Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sasha Reed. If you are joining me for the first time, then hello, welcome. I am so pleased you're here. I'm gonna start just by saying I am again filming upstairs and the clouds are moving like crazy. It's a really windy day, so there's loads of sun but also loads of clouds. So if the screen kind of keeps changing colour a bit, I'm really sorry. I'm just trying to use natural light because I find the pictures better. And then one day, when we get a bit of money, I'll buy a new camera and it'll all be nice and I won't have to keep apologising every video. Anyways, I've been really busy. I have been working at my new job. I've done 3 days this week, so I've hardly had any time to craft, which is a bit gutting. And it snowed last week, which meant I had the kids home for an extra day when I was banking on getting some work done and filming. So sorry it's been a little while since I filmed. But yeah, it's just not much you can do. So anyways, I've made a bunch of projects using my Alina dies again and Alina stamps that she sent me. And I wanted to start off the video by showing you the card that I told you I was working on but hadn't finished yet. So this is my coffee themed card. And I meant to bring up the other cards, so if I can remember I'll try and put some photos in the video to show you the cards I made last time, or you can watch my previous video. But I made a series of cards using the dies, which I didn't bring either. Shame, sorry. I will hopefully link the dies, but this is a die set, a framelit set. And all I did was I folded my card in half and then I cut it using the dies. Sorry, it's really sunny now. and then I cut these little teacups or teapots out, and there's a little teacup on the inside and glitter paper. I don't know if you can see that. So this set I will show you. So keep this in your mind. This is a different set. I will show you this cute little set. And the spoon comes in that set as well. So this is a little glitter spoon. And then this is one of Alina's stamp sets, which I also didn't bring up because I wasn't thinking. Oh my goodness, I just didn't think about this card at all. I made sure I had everything else for every other project. This is a stamp set that I had to purchase because I was just in love with it. So I bought this off of Alina's site and I used it. And it came with these coffee stained stamps as well, which you can kind of see in the background. And then I used some pink twine and I pulled it all apart so I got more of a layered look, and then I used some fine linen twine thread type stuff, and then this is a bit of cloth, a bit of fabric, and I just kind of pulled bits off the edges so I made like more of a frayed look, and then I put some Wink of Stella on that coffee cup so you can see it's a bit shiny. And so that's my little coffee card, and I had loads of fun making it. And I used up these cute little dies, which when you see them, you probably wouldn't think you could use them on a card like this, so I feel quite proud of myself. Not to toot my own horn, but I was really pleased. I was like, oh, this will work perfect. So here's the card I made with these. Then next, I'm going to show you, I will start by showing you my other project. So remember last time, I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see a bit better. There we go. So last time I told you about these dies. Here they are. So these ones, these sort of layering dies. So there's 10 dies in the pack. This is the biggest one. It's quite large. If you see my hand, it's quite big. And I thought this would be perfect to make a mini album because it's got this nice straight edge, so you can put any kind of binding you like on it and you can make a little album out of it. Or a little notebook. So that's what I did. So if you can see here, I have cut 5 of the white pages. I've used my pearlescent card so I can cut 5 pages. I'm just counting now. Yeah, 5. And then I used my crocodile and some eyelets I got off of AliExpress. This one split a little, which is a bit rubbish, but I think it's because I was using too thin of ones and maybe too much pressure. And then these are just those I don't know what they're called. They do this. You pull them apart. I don't know what they're called. And some tulle, because I really like tulle. So that's what I use for the binding, for the closure on that. And then there's 5 pages. I just cut it in pearlescent card. And then this is the next size down, which nests nicely in it. So I made some pages. Now this one I punched a bit too close to the edge, so forgive me a minute while I try and open them. Because I punched it too close, so the paper actually kind of sticks together and pushes. So these are just the pages I used, and these are all scraps from my book binding. So I make my own journals from scratch and my own books, and these are kind of the scrap bits of paper from that, so that worked out really well. But this is all paper from the Works here in the UK, and this was a series they did, and it really looked like Cath Kidston type paper, so I loved it, and I got a bunch of it. So it's empty at the moment. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it. I might put something like some photos in it. I might put some memories, some memorabilia stuff. I might use it as a gift to someone and fill it with things and memories from them. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, so I just had a lot of fun with this. And then this die here is also from Alina, so this one here. It's this beautiful rose. It cut really nicely. And what I did was, I remember last video I told you I bought a whole bunch of that Sizzix double-sided adhesive transfer tape stuff. So I just stuck my glitter card onto some of that, and then I ran it through my Big Shot, and when I pulled it off, I just stuck it down. I had no gluing, no fussy, messy stuff at all. There's no adhesive anywhere except underneath that rose, and so that's worked a treat. So you can see my glittery rose. So that's my first album. Then I thought I would do one for Rosalee, because she's a girly girl and she loves things like this. I could have done one for Elias, but he'd probably just get his scissors out and cut it up, and it would be a waste. He's only 3 and he's lovely, but he's a boy, and this is not his thing. So I did this one. Now, I'm not a fan of little fiddly bits, but these little girls and people are quite cute. So I'll show you a few more of them. So here's one. I'll go back to this in a second. There's one that I made into like a little baker. I kind of used this, I don't know if it's a dress or an apron, but I used it as an apron on her. They kind of get a bit funny because I was like really struggling with them. This is my favourite one, which is why I went on the album. I'm sure Alina's going to watch this and be like, what in the heck have you done to my dies? Okay, so there's 2 different bodies you can get. There's a body with bendy arms and a body with straight arms. So here we are. So you can have straight armed body, which you can see the bits there, or you can have bendy arms, bendy legs body. And I was struggling so much with what on earth to do with them. So this one I kind of got because I thought, oh yeah, her arm goes up like that so that she can hold the little tray, because it also comes, you can also get the little catering set. Now remember the teacups and the teapot. There's the teacup, and then the teapot is just there. There it is. There's the teapot. And it comes with like a turkey and a knife and a spoon, a machete? Maybe a bread knife? I don't know. I'm sure it's not a machete. Oh goodness. Anyways, and it's got some ice cream. I think that's an egg. So it's quite a random selection, but it's quite fun because you've got something for everything. So yeah, you can see the die cuts there on the back. So there's the turkey, which I think is quite funny. So anyways, I built this girl and I thought, hey, yeah, that looks good. She can hold that little platter thing. And then I put her little cook hat on. You can't really see, but there's some holes in there that kind of make it look like a chef's hat, not a cook hat. And then there's this girl. I'm not sure what she's doing. Oh, and now I remember. I was going to put her with the umbrella, but I forgot to cut the umbrella out. So there's another little set with the umbrella. Let me just quickly see if I've got it in here. I've got my magic box of dies next to me. No, I put it on my desk because I wanted to make sure I use it. So yeah, there's an umbrella that comes with, that you can get in a set as well. And so I was going to put the umbrella in her hand and I forgot. Whoops. So now it just looks a little silly. Picture the umbrella. There we go. And then, this is the most, I'm just so struggling with these. They're cute, but I don't think it's my, I don't think I should be doing this as a living with these girls. So I tried the bendy legs out and I couldn't work out what on earth she was going to be doing. So I was also going to put an umbrella in her hand and make it look like it was really windy and she was fighting the wind, and so she's going to be like walking across the card sort of like that with her hair blowing with an umbrella. So picture that kind of scene on a card. But if you want to see someone who can really work with these, go watch Shishi Crafts, because Shishi, she did a massive array of them, and I couldn't believe how many she did. And she has got the legs and the arms worked out. That girl knows what she's doing. So, if you'd like to see what you can do more with these, I would recommend looking at Shishi, because she did a lot better than I did. But anyways, I really liked this girl. I thought she was really cute. And I put some Winka Stella on her dress as well. And then I did an R for Rosalee, and I outlined it in a black pen so that the R kind of popped a bit more, and put it up on some foam stickers. And then I've got some twine tied around the edges, and it's the exact same thing again. I've used some brads off of AliExpress to do the edges. And then this one I did better. This one I did the holes further apart, so it actually just opens up nice and easy. And these are all the pages inside. And this is all the paper that I got off of my craft haul from Every Craft's a Pound. So I was just using up some of the paper from that. Massive stack, and I love the birds, so I did her dress in the birds as well, which is why I did the Winka Stella, because when I put her on it, I thought, oh, she kind of blends in a bit too much. But that's my little album for Rosalee, and I'll let her decide what she wants to put in it, if she wants to put pictures of her friends in, or if she wants to put some of her drawings in. But I love these dies. They're really great. They're huge, they cut beautifully, and then the stitched edges are just gorgeous. Here we go again with the sunshine. Sorry, guys. Okay, I apologize. I apologize a lot, and I'm told off by my husband and friends all the time for how much I apologize. So I'm sorry. I say sorry all the time. The R is these dies from Alina. The letters dies. Sorry, they're quite messy because I just bundled them into a bag. But they're the massive dies that I showed in my first haul video from Alina. And then I'll show you now the rest. So those were the bodies that you could get. And in Shishi's video, she was saying how the shoes, something to do with the shoes don't quite fit right, but they fit right on one of them. If you watch her video, she'll explain it a bit better than I'm trying to. I didn't bother with the shoes because my fingers just weren't working with me, and I couldn't get the shoes on. I was getting glue everywhere, so I just thought, no, I'll just scrap the shoes for today. It's one of those days. Here's the chef's clothes. So there's the chef hat, and his top and his trousers, and some hair. I think that's hair. I'm going to say it's hair. And some boots. And the boots are really cute. You could use them on the girls or the boys. You could have a female chef, boy chef. I love this hair. This hair seemed to work really well for me. I think because it can cover up all my glue, and then I could build the whole body on her hair. Because I was really struggling with how on earth do I attach her head to the body without something behind it. So I've been look at that mess. So I've been struggling a lot with attaching them, but I like this hair because it meant that I could stick everything to her hair and attach it. But it comes with oh, it's hard to see. It comes with a dress and like a pair of shoes, I think, as well. So if you can see that. So those there. I'll link them all below, and then you can have a look, and then you can see what Alina's actually made with them, because it's much better than what I've done. Let me clear some space. So then next, the next thing I made, I used these dies here. So I haven't actually used the middle chunk, but I used this border and that circle, and I've pre-cut them all out, so you can see there's a girl's head, so a star, a crown, and some other smaller stars as well. So that's the die set I used, and then I made this card. So what I did, if you can remember one of my other videos, I was having fun with one of those brushes that I forgot to bring up, the makeup brush, where you can do some blending. So I'm just going to try and peek that into you, show you. So I blended sort of a rainbow of colors, and I put it on, I did the center of the card base. So what I did was I took some post-it note tape and I taped the edge so that the post-it note was covering this edge that you can see. And then I used my blender brush and I just blended a bunch of colors all over the middle of the card. Then I took another bit of card, which was, I think, 1/8 of an inch smaller on all sides. And then I die cut this die out of it. So this one just does the edge. And this circle here will cut out the center. or cut you a circle. So I left the circle out on the bottom layer, and I just die cut into this square bit of card, and then I put the bit of card on top of my card base and glued it down, and then I used some dimensional stickers to pop this pretty layer up, and then I cut a separate circle and I've popped that up as well. So if you can see, there's my layers there. And then I stamped Love is in the Details, which is from this stamp set here, the snail mail, and it's that one there. And then I blackened the edges to make it pop a bit more, and then I goofed a bit because it was a bit damp and I smudged it, but I used my sand eraser or rubber and took off some of the marks that were on there, which worked well. And then this little one here, this little bow, is coming up in a minute, so I will show you where that's come from, but that's come from a different set. And then do you see the middle? People have been asking me what I've been using my glitter washi tape for. So I wrapped my glitter washi tape, I cut a little strip of it and wrapped it around the center of the bow. And then I took my scrap bit of paper and I did some more of the same the same ink blending, and then I die cut it using this die bow die. And so this is just my own created paper, and then I stuck it all together and put it on this card. So I'm quite pleased with it. There's nothing on the inside, it's just blank, so it can go to anyone. So that's that card. Then I will show you this set. So this die set here is the one that I used for that bow. So if I take it out, so you get this little gift box, and it comes with loads of really cute embellishments. So if you're kind of starting out and you want to get a die set that kind of has some of everything, this one's really good. So this one's got a bow, and this is the bow that I used. Sorry, I'll put it down so you can see it. That's the bow I used on this last card. So all you do is you die cut out one of these and then one of those. And all it is that this edge folds into the center and this edge folds into the center, and then you glue it, and then you glue it on top of that. And then there was a little strip that looked similar to this but about double the length. That's somewhere on my office floor. It's having a little holiday in there somewhere. I can't find it. But that little strip is what wraps around the center of the bow and kind of ties it all together. So I just used some washi tape instead, because it stuck it nicely together for me. So yeah, so you get these cute little flowers, and then here's some holes so you can do some, I think so you can do some tags possibly, or make the hearts into tags. Not 100% sure. But there you go, that's what you get in the set. And there are a lot of possibilities with this. As you can see, I used the accessories that came with it on other projects. You'll see some tags in a minute where I used it again. Let's push these to the side. And then I started making the little boxes. So these are the little boxes. They're quite small, and it took me a few minutes to work out how on earth to put them together, because if you can see, they're flat at the top and then they poof out at the bottom. And so I struggled for a little bit with how to put them together, because I'm not used to these kind of boxes. But once you work out what you're doing, it's quite easy. So here's an empty one, and it just looks like that. And then that top folds over and it all lines up perfect, and you get this perfect little hole in the center. And then in these ones, I just tied it with a bit of ribbon. And then I found that these little chocolates fit really quite sweet in there. So I thought they'd be quite sweet for something like, you know, Valentine's Day at school. You could make one of these up easily. It took me seconds to make them up. And then everyone in the kids' class can get like a little sweetie in a little pouch. And it feels like a little gift. So I thought that was quite sweet. So these would be amazing for school class gifts, or to pop into something like you need just something extra and a little present, or you're giving someone a card. Then you could put a little chocolate or a little sweet in one of these and give it to them with their card, and it feels like you've given them a little gift, which I quite like. So I'm going to show you how to put one together, just because I struggled a bit. So I've got some double-sided adhesive tape, And this is what it cuts like, so it's easier to see on this side. So it scores all these edges, and at first I was thinking, well, how am I going to fold these two lines when the score line does not go all the way down? It does make it a bit tricky. So what you do is you just kind of score until you can't really score anymore, because obviously there's no score line there. So you just fold it over. And then I found this was easiest if I put tape all the way along that whole edge. So you just kind of fold all your edges over and then fold all the bottom ones up. It looks complicated, but once you work out what you're doing, it's really quick and really easy and really great. So this die, the other great thing about this die was it fits perfect onto a 12 by or 6 by 6 piece of paper. So on a 6 by 6 piece of paper, so you can buy those paper packs, I had probably, like, that's about 6 by 6, sort of that, about like that. And so you still get an edge, plenty of space around it. But it's a great way to use up your 6 by 6 paper packs if you've got loads. Right, so you're going to put tape along that edge. I don't know what size this is. I think it's 1/8 of an inch. Normally tape is measured in inches, so I'm going to say it's 1/8. And it's just tear tape. Really simple. And you just put it all the way down to the edge, like so. And then you just peel it off. And then what I did was I just kind of stuck it down and lined it up on my table. It basically just goes together perfectly. And then pop it. So then you pop it open. So that's all stuck together. There's that extra bit of adhesive just there that we haven't used yet. And you're just going to pop it open. And then just start folding everything in. So if you can see, that side is one flap. And then this one is basically the same shape, but you've got the two edges. So you're popping that down, popping that down. Then that one goes over. And then this one just literally tucks straight in. And then you can kind of stick your finger in and push that last little bit of adhesive together. And there you go. Done. Easy peasy. And then you put some ribbon in it. Fill it with whatever you like. Seconds. Takes seconds to make. It's the cutest little box. There we go. That's how you assemble it. Then for fun, I thought, can we make a little envelope? Can we make a flat envelope? And yes, you can. So here's my little flat envelope, which I thought would be cute in a scrapbook. This is a Stampin' Up! Stamp, which says it's a million little things. And I just stuck some ribbon on it, stuck it in, and then I thought you could stick it in a little scrapbook or on the front of a card. It'd be quite sweet if you had it like on the front of a card with something else behind it, and then they could pull out the secret message that's inside. So I did a little envelope, and this was dead easy. And then there's the flowers. You can see from that, the accessories from the set. So all I did to make this flat envelope was I trimmed, what did I do now? So I folded it over, I trimmed all of one of the sides off. So I took off all those. So basically, pretend I had scissors. So I took off all of that, and then I took off basically half of that, because that's the middle. And then I trimmed along there, so there was about 1/8 of an inch. So basically wide enough for my tape to go along. I cut that edge off. And then I just folded those up. So pretend that's only 1/8 of an inch wide, like that. Put my tape along there, and then folded that over. Put my tape along there, and then you just fold it over, and then there you go. You've got a flat envelope, which is quite fun. And then to make the tag, all I did was I just cut another one, cut it off there, cut it off there, cut the bottom off, and then cut a little bit off the top, so that if I wanted to fold the top over, I could. So this goes in, and then that will fold over top when I push it all the way in. And that's all I did to make that, so that the that hole, that slit, will line up with this slit here. So that's all I did. So that's quite fun. So this is a really fun set, and there's loads you can do with it. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a really great starter set. Right, next I am going to show you these dies. So these ones I haven't had a big play with yet. This circle die is enormous. It is like both my hands together, and it's like the width. This outer circle is huge. It's about 6 inches, like it just fits in my big shot. It's really great, and it's quite a diverse set. So I think it's called a teardrop circle set, because it looks like teardrops. You can see on there, that's my glitter card cut out of it. But I just think it's really stunning. I really, really like it. And it's got stitched details inside it as well. So you get these sort of teardrop shapes, and then you also get a more unique, slightly different shape for the smaller ones. So I haven't done loads with it yet, but I got really excited about the big one, and I thought, oh, I wonder if I could make something, sort of household decoration out of it. So I don't know, I'm going to have to zoom out, I think, a bit. So this is using the biggest one, and I made this. And I was debating what to put, so I want to put something on the inside. I'm not sure 100% yet, but I thought I could hang this up in my daughter's room or in like the living room, but it's just really pretty and really big. It's absolutely massive, and I just thought it would be quite a fun decorative element to add to my house, but I just need to work out what I want to put on the inside of it. But all this is 6 of these largest dies cut out. And then I just glue them together. I didn't glue these edges together. You can see they're not stuck. But I don't think that that's too noticeable. I just glued the center. So if you look, that's one circle. And I glued it. And then I folded it in half. And then I glued another circle. Folded it in half. Glued another circle. And then I added tulle, which I stuck through these little holes at the top. So the tulle's all stuck through the big hole in the top. Or through multiple holes in the top. And I did the same in the bottom. So I stuck it through the holes in the bottom and just kind of made this decorative household decoration. I don't know what to call it. I'm really bad with that. But I really like it. It's really pretty and really big. And it's one of those things where if you got some beautiful paper and you don't want to cut it up, you could just make some of these. And then you could kind of hang them around. I think they're quite cute. So anyways, maybe I'm alone in that one. But never mind. So that's my decoration. Then I think, oh, we're nearly on the last section. I took this one. And I forgot to bring the dies with me, I think. But this is, I'm going to be playing with this again. But I thought I wanted to make a little wine bottle label. So it comes like that flat. But I folded it and I cut some glitter out of it. I'll zoom back in again. And I thought, I stamped that. I didn't write that. And then I thought I could tie it around a bottle of wine. And then on Valentine's Day, I could just kind of leave it out. And my husband and I could, like, he could walk in and I could be like, why? No, I don't know. I just thought it was a cute little, like, bottle label. Possibly. I could be alone in that one again as well. Never mind. Chuck that to the side. Then I did a little thank you tag, which I forgot to put the hole in. So there's this little die set here. I'm missing the edge. There's an edge die that cuts out of that, sorry. So that's the die, and then there's an edge that goes around it the same shape. So you can see here, it cuts... If you use them together, it cuts thank you, or it cuts the edge. I'll just take it out because I forgot the die. It's obviously lost in my office somewhere in all my creativity. So there we go. So that's the edge that you can cut out. So I made this cute little die, little tag to go on something. I just thought it was really sweet. There's not much you have to do. You just layer it twice, and then, yeah. Then you get this really cute little pretty tag. So that's that one. Without a hole in it, because I forgot. It does come with a hole. There's the little hole. So you can die cut it. Right. Now I'm going to move on to this last one. So what am I going to do here? I've got a big pile of mess because I've used a whole bunch of different things in these. So I'm going to start by showing you these ones. So these are the tags that I got from Alina. And I've lost I swear my office floor is eating half of the stuff I've got. So you see these little swirlies? It came with 3 and I've got 2. So I'm not sure where the third one went. And I haven't really played with the swirlies too much yet. I think the other one must be a bigger one. But the idea is that you can create a border on your tag. So when you cut out the tag, like so, then you could cut another tag the same size, and then you could stick that on it and run it through the Big Shot, and then you will get just that bit there, and then you could mount that bit onto another tag so that you've got a plain bit with a decorative bit on the top, or multicolored tags, something like that. Goodness me, this video is getting long, sorry. So yeah, so you can do those kind of things with those little swirly bits. So what I did was I then had a play as well with the Easter dies. So I got this bunny rabbit set, like that. And it comes with all the faces to go on the Easter egg. So I just kind of had a play. So here's my first one. And then I did another one like this. And then if you recognize these, that's these tags from my first Alina haul. I used those. I have them on this little reel here. I made up a whole bunch and I just have them hanging on my wall. And then when I need a tag, I can just take it down and stamp on it and use it. So I used Easter Blessings, which came in the Easter stamp set, which I put somewhere. I'm keep chucking things to the side and now I can't see it. Oh, here it is. So that came in that Easter set. And then it says Easter Blessings to you. And you can either put a post-it note over top of the end if it's too long, like it was too long to fit on here. Or you can be rebellious like me, and I just cut my stamp set. So I just cut off to you. And I can still use it all as one and just stick it together, but I literally just took it and I just snipped off the to you from the end so that it would fit on my tag. So that's what I did. Shh, don't tell Alina I cut her stamp set in half. So yeah, so then I made these two little Easter tags with the bunnies. And these, I just left them so they could pop out because I thought that was quite fun. So I did those. This is with it die cut out the paper, and this is using the die cuts and gluing them on, which is a lot more fiddly, but still fun. So there's those. Then some of you were asking what would I do with my glitter washi tape. So here we go. This is what I did with my glitter washi tape that I got from AliExpress. And so a few more colors came in this week. So I've got all these colors now, plus a brown, which is in the office, a darker brown. So I used my washi tape, and I just kind of stuck it on, and then I turned it over and trimmed off the excess. And then I made a bow out of my glitter washi tape. So I just stuck it onto my die cutting plates and then ran it through and then peeled it off and put it back on here. So that worked a treat. And then these little glass beads are actually glass, and they're from AliExpress as well. And they are really cool. They're just glass. And I just used a glue dot underneath them, and it just adds a bit of character. And then there's the flowers from the box set that I showed you. And I just layered them with some metallic foil, pink and purple card. And then some of these are Stampin' Up! Stamp sets that I've used. And then swap mail. Don't tell Alina again. But where's my swap mail stamp set? Is it this one? Here we are. So it comes with swap mail. Shh. I chopped it in half as well. But I wanted it to fit on my tag, and it wasn't going to fit, and I didn't feel like stamping it twice. So I chopped it in half and stuck it on one of my blocks and then stamped it together. So yeah, that's what I did with that. I have no shame. If I want to, like, I know I can stamp with it if I want it all together, but yeah, I just chopped it in half. So here's the smaller tags that I chopped up. Oh, it's getting too long now. So there we go. There's the smaller tags. And I think we are at the end of my video now. I think that is all my projects. I thought I didn't have enough. I thought I didn't have very many. And it turns out I have yabbered on for 34 minutes. So I definitely had enough stuff made to show you a video. So I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today and all the projects I made. Keep watching. I am hoping to get another video or two up in the next few days. I have made some wedding stationery that I want to show you guys. And I also have, there's something else. Oh, a few bits of really cheap fun stuff that I picked up in a couple shops that I want to share with you as well. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe. Please share me with your friends. And leave me a comment. If there's any questions, if I've missed out some links in my description, then please ask away below. I'd love to hear from you, and I'm really sorry that my video is so long again, but I hope you had fun, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you feel inspired, and I hope that you can go and find whatever's in your stash and craft and create. If you like any of the stuff I've shown you, this is all on Alina's website on AliExpress, and I'll leave the links below for her things. And yeah, thank you so much for popping along. Take care, bye!